Well, it is Castador Perfect once again back. It's been a while, guys, since I've done a commentary on any of these kind of videos. Now, I'm bringing you today the next installment of my Pokemon Black 2 Let's Play. So in this episode, we're basically in Imbaso City's gym, which is completely revamped. It's in a different location. It's completely different. You got on both sides a huge public, which is basically watching the mode show, and it is really amazing. You hear all the people just cheering all over the place, and it's a very cool experience. Now, I do love it a lot. Now, you gotta keep in mind, guys, that this gym is basically based on electric type Pokemons, which of course are weak to ground. Now, things that you should completely keep in mind, and potential Pokemon that are completely useful against this gym are Sandile and Sandrio, which you can find in the Desert Resort that we just passed a couple of episodes ago. I totally recommend you guys to catch one of these if you want to go up against this gym. Otherwise, just keep your distance. I just want to say that almost every single Pokemon that you battle in this place has the ability Static, and it has a 30% chance of paralyzing your Pokemon if you actually make physical contact with it, which is not something you want to have. Alright, you don't want that to happen to your Pokemons because they become really slow. As you can see, Castador is just paralyzed because of that ability, and it is really annoying if it happens many times consecutively, right? So you want to avoid that. And now there are a couple of things that you can do in order to just avoid all that, and those are like using special attacks, which are not physical. And if that's not possible, if you're using a physical attacking Pokemon just like I am doing right now, which Castador is physical attacking Pokemon, you want to bring with you a couple of Paralyze Heals. Now, I made a huge mistake in this time that I actually challenged this gym. I only brought, I think, 2 or 1 Paralyze Heal, which is definitely gonna bite me back in the ass, and you will see later on, which is not something you want to have to happen to you, of course. Now, here is the second trainer, which obviously has got a couple of electric type Pokemons on her team, which are Flaffy, level 27, and believe it or not, guys, almost each Pokemon that each trainer has in this gym also has the ability to use Thunder Wave. I mean, I'm not talking about every single one of them, but of course you need to keep in mind that almost all of them can use that. Now, from the Elekid that I actually faced in with the first trainer that I battled in this gym, that one was actually running Thunder Wave. Other than do not have a Thunder Wave as move, they usually use their ability in order to paralyze your Pokemon. So just keep that in mind. Now let's see. Just Castador is just running through. He's basically beating each Pokemon that these guys actually show up with, and it is really funny because there's only 3 trainers that you can battle in this gym before you actually get to battle the gym leader, and that's very cool. But once again, just keep an eye out for the electric type Pokemons that can paralyze your Pokemon. Now, as you can see, Castador is at level 33, which is, it's a very high level at this stage of the game, because as you can see, the Pokemons that we are actually facing at this point are not even close to, well, they are close to level 30, but they are not even level 30 yet, and that means that I'm actually out leveling almost each Pokemon that I face by at least 5 levels, which is amazing. Now, one thing you gotta keep in mind also is the powerful electric type attacks, which are like Electro Ball. You've got Volt Switch. You even got the Thunder. I believe, what was it again? It was a Thunder Shock, which is not too powerful, but it can be really annoying. Electro Ball always is used by these Elekids that are in this gym, and they are very dangerous. I just barely leave that one. I was very confident about Castador being able to actually leave one of those, which is great. Of course, I get 400 plus experience points, and Castador is actually really looking good at this point. Well, not if we are talking about HP, of course, because he's almost dead, but I'm just talking about the level. At level 36, of course, Castador goes and evolves into a big ass monster, which is going to rape everybody, which is gonna show up. Now, this is a very cool scenario. Here you get to see the gym leader, the master of all electric type Pokemons, and this girl, ladies and gentlemen, is a hell of an annoying trainer that you do not want to face. She is so difficult to deal with if your Pokemons are not at a decent level. Her name is actually Elesa, for those of you who don't know. Of course, you have to battle her in a single battle. She has an item, which is, by the way, a hyper potion she can use if one of her Pokemons are at low level. One Pokemon in particular is really annoying in her team, and that one is actually Emolga, which is obviously at level 28, still not 30, which is, you know, only one Pokemon in this gym actually reaches that level, and you will see in a bit. Now, but one thing you really need to keep in consideration is that Emolga, which is going to be the Pokemon that she's going to be leading with, has access to Volt Switch. And now believe it that 90% of the times that you face this girl, which is of course each time that you play the game, this girl will definitely use Volt Switch, because it's one of the strongest moves that Emolga has, and not only that, she can just freely switch out into something else that is, you know, better against the Pokemon that you're currently using. So you gotta keep that in mind. Now, she has a very cool looking outfit, which is I love that. I love that girl. Seriously, I love that girl. But just like I said, she leads off with Emolga, as you can see, level 28, which you could say is not a big threat, but Emolga itself is a really speedy Pokemon, so don't underestimate this girl. She is really dangerous, and she also has the ability Static, which is something that you also need to keep in mind, because it can paralyze you. This whole gym is all about paralyzation, and it is really annoying when your Pokemon are actually paralyzed. Now, because of the level differences, you know, this Fluffy is able to live through the heat wave or the heat crash that I actually used against it, just because of a little bit of higher level than the other ones that I faced before. Now, here's the Hyper Potion that I was talking about. She will use that if one of her Pokemon is low on HP, and I'm talking about low on HP when it's around red and yellow, like at 40%, lower than 40%, she will use the Hyper Potion and will definitely hit up her Pokemon once again. Now, I thought of a solution for you know, the speedy Emolga that she has on her team, and since I'm actually using Castler here, which is the Fire Pig, I am going to go for the Flame Charge and boost my speed, making myself a lot faster than Emolga, and actually going for the Heat Clash, finishing off Emolga in one shot, which is of course something that you want to have, because this thing is really annoying if it actually gets to go for the Volt Switch all over the place, which is not something you want to happen, of course. Now, there goes Static ability of Emolga kicks in, just like I said. Physical moves will always have a 30% chance of, you know, if you use a physical move, your Pokemon has a 30% chance of being paralyzed when a Pokemon is actually, when the opposite Pokemon that you're battling with has the ability of Static. Now, here is her powerhouse Pokemon, which is a Sepstrica, level 30, and now this guy, or actually this girl, this horse, goddamn, or this zebra, whatever you want to call it, is definitely the biggest threat I've ever faced in the entire Let's Play for thus far. Really, this thing is really annoying. First, I get paralyzed, and I'm thinking, well, that could happen. She goes for the Pursuit, of course, doesn't do that much because it's not super effective. Now she's gonna go for the Volt Switch. She cannot switch because the only Pokemon that she has left on her team is a Sepstrica, and I am going to go for the Flame Charge, trying to boost my speed a little bit, but I know that because I'm paralyzed, I will never be able to outspeed this guy. Well, not for as long as I live, because I'm not gonna live for too long here, and I gotta think about a plan right now, because if I let Castor die here, she will just run through my team like it's water. Really, she will be drinking my team like water, and that's not something that I want to happen, actually. So she will go for another Volt Switch, and I actually realize, why should I not just let Castor die, or let him faint, let her defeat my Castor, then use a Revive, and then get my Castor back to 50% health, and then get rid of the paralyzation, which I do not have. I don't have a cure for that paralyzation right now, so I don't have paralyzed heals, and that's the problem that I was talking about before. I do not camp prepare well enough. I didn't really thought that I would get paralyzed that many times. I actually got paralyzed 3 times in total, I believe, and that's not good. That's not good, because I actually ended up bringing up, I think, 2 paralyzed heal, and I don't have full heals in my bag, so it's completely useless. So I'm gonna go for a Revive, of course. I'm gonna use a Revive to get my Castor back up, and then I'm gonna sacrifice Psyduck right here, and I am going to use a item on Castor and get him to full health, because I know that with a 50% you know, HP on Castor, it will not be sufficient to take out Sepstrica, because I don't have a move at the moment that is strong enough to take down Sepstrica in one shot. So she will have 2 shots at least at me with a 50% amount of HP, I will not be able to actually defeat her. So therefore I go for I use another healing item to get Cassandra to full health. Now, as you can see, she goes for the full switch. Once again, does a pretty nice amount of damage, actually. It does a lot. And I'm going to go for the flame charge. She's trying to get a little bit faster than her and, you know, trying to outspeed her just so I can defeat her the quicker, you know, the quicker the better. Right now she goes down, I actually leave with like 26 HP, and that's basically going to be the match against her. You get 1300 experience points, and that's a lot. And because I'm actually holding the amulet coin on caster, I get 70,000 plus Poké Dollars, which is of course a lot, and I'm gonna use that to get myself some Paralyze heals, revives, hyper potions, and those kind of things. Now we get here the what is it, the third batch, which is amazing. We're actually making some good progress. We get the bold fat batch, and Pokemon's up to level 50 that you might have gotten from a trade. They will definitely obey you, and she also, you know, is kind enough to give you the TM72, which is gonna be bold switch, the move that we actually had to deal with throughout this entire gym. And not only that, this gym is so amazing that she will actually walk you outside the door when you attempt to actually leave this place. Oh my god, that's so cool. But yeah, look at that. Everybody's just cheering for your character. It's wonderful. Bravo, Sex, amazing, it's so cool. Yeah, Sex is absolutely cool, I know that. But anyways, she is confident that I will be able to get to the Pokemon League soon enough, and I will be able to collect all the gym badges. And that was pretty much it, guys, for episode 16, I believe. I'm trying to say that I will see you guys on my next episode of Pokemon Black 2 Let's Play. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.